Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Grab your cup, settle in, get cozy, right? Look at this. So I've got a new mug. This is my Texas mug, and it worked out perfect. It's when I went to Dallas, Tracy, who I was working with, graciously always gets me a few gifts. So she got me this mug, this Texas mug, which is really fun. And what also worked out really, really well with my new mug is some new coffee. So this is also from Texas, right? Look how cool. Isn't that great? Avoco. This Avoca coffee is one of my good friends, Michelle. She owns this, and then it was really, really cool just because it's such good coffee, so she sent me some. So there we go. We have our coffee from Dallas, which is wonderful, right? That makes it feel a little bit more special, you know, if you're kind of stuck in the house. And this Avoca coffee, I don't know if you guys saw, but Kelly Clarkson did this whole thing on it because she's from Dallas, Texas, and she really loved the coffee too. So, so we've got personalized coffee with a personalized coffee mug. So I feel very, very lucky and loved today. This is really amazing coffee, I gotta tell you. It's so tasty. Sometimes if you go to other places, you know how it's kind of bitter. This isn't. This is amazing. All right. Thank you. Welcome. Hello, everybody. Let's talk about the art of surrendering. Because I know most of you are being tested at this very moment and forcing you into that quarantine, that isolation, pulling you apart from your routine, from your family, from your friends, from your coworkers, from your environment, your surroundings. So, hi, Linda. I know I do got to get back to Orlando. But I know it pulls us away from what comforts us or what we know. And so when we are pulled out of our element, we struggle with surrendering because you're trying to hold on to what you know. You're trying to hold on to what brings you comfort, right? That's why sometimes a baby cries when being taken away from the mother. The mother is of comfort. So during these times, it's the art of surrendering, the art of releasing and letting go to allow the flow to happen. If you try to control your situation or your environment, you probably aren't going to be very successful. You're just going to be stressed. So it's about surrendering and allowing it to be what it is. So saying to myself, all right, if this is my new normal, at least temporarily, how can I make the most of it? And it's the same thing when you're being pushed or guided by spirit or your guides, right? Your guides may try to redirect you a bit into something new, a new path, a new avenue, maybe looking at something a new way, helping you to purge, helping you to heal, all of those wonderful things. And what do? You hit the brakes. Oh, no. I don't want change. So through that pushing, through that guiding, you have to surrender. You have to let go each step of the way. By letting go, you free yourself up. You free your mind, you free your body, you free your spirit. Through that, you can then start to see where you're being guided. And when we do this, when we start to let go, when we start to surrender, then we're able to build a connection stronger than before. So sometimes you have to break things down. Sometimes it may get worse before it gets better, right? And that worse is because it's the bottom line. It's the purging. It's the bottom of the barrel that we are getting rid of in order to rebuild, rebirth, come back in. So this quarantine, for most of us, is a wonderful opportunity to practice surrendering, to allow us to look at our lives, to reflect, to say, hey, Am I where I'm supposed to be? Rather than being eager to get back to your routine, ask yourself, did that routine work for you? Ask yourself, is that routine what you want? Okay? So, oh, there you go, Nicolette. Hello, sweetheart. 11-month-old twins, God help her. So ask yourself, through the process of wanting to get back to your normal, is that what you want? Is that really what you want? Is it really where you're being guided? Or are your guides redirecting you? Are they pushing you in a different direction? Are they trying to expose you to something new? Are they trying to pull away the layers that have kept you protected? And in this process, we have this beautiful experience and opportunity to say, hey, wait a second, I get to rewrite the rules here. Like we're being given a blank slate, right? And so rather than struggling, trying to hold on, trying to make it work and fix it and all of this, if you say to yourself, well, wait a second, I have a blank slate. I get to start over. In some ways, we have to look at the silver lining, because that's the only way to have that hope and optimism. It's easy to dwell on the negativity, but that isn't going to bring you progress. That isn't going to bring you any step closer to healing. It's only when you can say to yourself, what can I make the most of the situation that I'm in? Okay? So for instance, if unfortunately you've been one who has been let go, I am sorry for that stress, because I do know it can be very, very stressful to be in that situation. But again, if we look at that silver lining, say to yourself, well, wait a second, did I really love what I was doing? Was I happy where I was? Did I kind of know it was time to go, but I was buying my time? You have a chance to say to yourself, after this is all over, you might be able to get into something completely new. People will be looking at opportunities, and there will be new positions available. So ask yourself, what is it I want to do? What can I do in this time? Maybe use your time to look at different professions or look at different avenues, look at different training, whether that's online or whatever, to say, hey, is this something I want to begin? Do I want to start anew? And it's a beautiful opportunity. It really is. It's again, this isn't easy for anyone, but certainly it's not so radically difficult you can't get through it. Right? We have to really keep in mind the people who are truly, truly suffering, those who have succumbed to the virus, or those who are in deep, grave medical need. So if you're just kind of at home and dealing with figuring out dinner and how to occupy and entertain kids and how to get yourself through the day and motivated, that's not so bad. If you look at it as an opportunity to say, hey, Spirit, where would you like me to go? Am I living in my purpose? Am I doing everything that I can do within my own power to make the most of my own experience in this physical existence? So again, ask yourself, are you maximizing your potential in this physical experience? And if not, why not? Or how can you? What can you do? Again, that optimism, looking at the silver lining, is what is needed to help, is what is needed to help you take those baby steps, okay? And it's not, they say, oh, just jump, Spirit's got you. Just jump off the cliff, Spirit's got you. Don't be ridiculous. You have to be practical, right? The accountant in me tells you to be practical, to make measured steps. But to not live in your box of fear, to not live in that box of fear and to be held hostage or prisoner of it, but to surrender, to trust enough to take that next step, to trust enough in yourself. It's not just trusting Spirit, as people say, it's trusting you, right? When's the last time you've really let yourself down? When's the last time you really didn't show up for yourself? When's the last time you really couldn't get through something? Okay? Right? You're stronger than you give yourself credit for. You're braver than you believe. You're grittier than you realize. So when you get down to it and when you put your faith in you, you'll see that you can truly change and maximize where you are. You can maximize your course. It does take that listening. It does take that surrendering. But as you do it, you will start to free yourself. You start to free yourself from these obligations that don't even fulfill you. Can you even imagine? Why are we plugging along for something that doesn't even bring us joy? And again, I think one of the most beautiful things that's come out of this experience is figuring out what really is important to you. What really is. You know, is it those clothes or the material items, or really is it finding that peace and that joy and that purpose? So that is your coffee with Colby for today. The art of surrendering and listening to it and taking step by step to allow yourself an opportunity to live your life so fully that you breathe with ease, that you live with grace, that you have joy and abundance, right? And we can't really ask for too much more, can we? So listen, this Thursday night, special night, I have Lauren Rainbow on the Colby Rebel Show. It's going to be an amazing show. She's in New Hampshire. She's a fantastic medium. She's actually working on an oracle deck with John Holland, so it's going to be really fabulous and fun. So there we go. Anyhow, lots of love to you. All right, lots of love. You know, do your part, right? Do your part. Stay safe. Stay inside. You know, get that exercise by walking around your neighborhood. Just keep that distance. You know, use that common sense, right? And keep yourself safe, keep others safe, and lots of love to you, everyone, and I'll see you Thursday night. Bye, everybody.